Hello, it's Phillip Taylor from Richmond Green Chambers. I'm talking about a book which is coming from Shaw and Sons, which is a very useful book for people with a civil practice such as mine. It's a long title. It says, Successful Use of Expert Witnesses in Civil Disputes. So there's a lot in the title. It's written by a district judge called Suzanne Byrne, and it's written in association with Bond Solon Training. Now, it's an important book for a number of reasons. I've given it a title, Getting the Expert Right in the Civil Process, because that's really what it's aiming to do. I've written a number of reviews both on the internet and in journals, and I think this is a very important book because quite often the expert witness is the most important linchpin, if you like, to the success of a particular action. For over 250 years, Shaw and Sons have been supplying the legal profession with specialist books just for us. Obviously, it's now includes local government as well, and they've produced here a most useful work by a judge who has obviously massive knowledge of civil evidence and the expert witness uses that can be made. So it's both highly relevant to trainees and to practitioners. And what Suzanne Byrne has done is she's produced an invaluable guide for what she terms is the successful use of these types of witness. And it's got, as a book, 15 chapters. It's not a particularly big book, it's just a cover of it here for the review I'm doing. It's got 15 chapters and 5 excellent appendices. And as is the case with all the books from Shaw's, they are very well produced and they go for a particular market that's very relevant at the present time. And I realised when I looked at the appendices how important they would be. Let me just highlight the ones that I think you'll find the best. Appendix 3 has letters of instruction to an expert, which is very helpful. You get some of this information now, of course, on the net in the Law Society, Bar Council type of sections where you can get these sample letters, but it's all in this book, which is very helpful. You've also got Appendix 4, which is directions, standard directions on experts, and Appendix 5, which is the Code of Practice. Lord Justice Dyson has made a comment, in fact, in the foreword, when he says the book is timely, intensely practical and invaluable. Absolutely right. He's spot on, because the text is for any lawyer who needs to instruct an expert witness in a civil case and needs how to go about it. Let's be clear. There are experts and there are expert witnesses. The problem we have today is the lack of confidence by the public at large in the role that some expert witnesses fulfill, because they appear to be experts, but at the same time they merely seem to be offering opinions. And of course the media have jumped on this with various celebrated cases. What the district judge has done, DJ Byrne, she cuts to the quick with some excellent guidance on what the local solicitor should do in how to instruct an expert, and she offers comprehensive guidance to practitioners for the successful use of these types of people. And she refers quite frequently and rightly to CPR requirements and the case law. The book has a most refreshing aspect, in my view, with a questions page which will beat you to the format of the sorts of questions you may be thinking about when a particularly knotty problem is posed by your client in conference. You don't need, of course, to question the questions, because there are a number of issues which Byrne raises. In fact, what is an expert in terms of the evidence that's being given, and when is it necessary, what are the skills and so forth, when should an expert witness be instructed and so forth. A whole list of issues. Unlike the standard common law library texts, which are great, they're heavy, they're time consuming, and they often require incredible concentration, whereas this is an eminently readable book. She gives a breath of fresh air to the subject, and the chapter structure I find particularly helpful. There's a clear introduction, there are some useful questions and tips to consider throughout, and also there are sensible conclusions. The references also at the back are very clear, and I'd like to see an extension of the IT content in the book, which I think is inevitable with the way society is going. Altogether then, this is a book for the 21st century solicitor about to instruct an expert in a matter which quite often would be new territory. And as I said at the beginning, we basically have a sure winner here, and that's exactly what the case is with this book. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.